Welcome to the Morning Report, a production of fightbackmedia.com, the #1 source of urban conservative information in America.
Good morning and welcome to the Morning Report. My name is Willie Lawson. Trust that you are well. No, let's see if I can shut that up a little bit. Right again. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Report. My name is Willie Lawson. Trust that you are well today. The Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. Well, it happened. It's time to make the break from Donald Trump. I knew that this would happen at some point. I just didn't know when. And I really didn't know what it was going to be about. But the man has simply gone too far. He has gone too far as an authoritarian, as a dictator. He's gone too far. This idea that Donald J. Trump, is going to try to use the power of the Republican Party and the United States to ban daylight savings time is simply a bridge too far. A bridge too far. I cannot. As someone who is in the state of Florida, where he lives now, well, until the 20th, we call this the Sunshine State for a reason, because the more sunshine, the better. Now, I know a lot of you who live in the northeastern portion of the country are used to this time of year, it being friggin' dark at 3:30 in the afternoon. We here in Florida, for the most part, do not like it. Simply do not like it being dark at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We do not. Because a lot of times folks, we end up driving to work in the dark and coming home in the dark. Don't like it. Don't like it. As a matter of fact, I'm also getting angry at Marco Rubio and Rick Scott for not pushing for Florida to only be in daylight savings time. The bill was up there. It just didn't go very far. We had our shot. And before a lot of you get into this about how much you don't like changing the clock back and forth, first of all, that is just dumb. That is the smallest, stupidest, dumbest part of the whole deal. That simply, because first of all, the piece of time that you use the most, your cell phone, changes all by its damn self. And most of you have those stupid Samsung refrigerators. They also change by themselves. And the stove, your Samsung stove changes by itself. Your cars change by themselves. Now, my house, we got a lot of clocks. And we got to make the change. And you make it twice a year? That you can't change the time on the clock twice a year? That's just too far, too much? Shut up with that nonsense. Let's talk about some benefits of daylight savings time. Now, frankly, the opposite is true of standard time. The first one is energy conservation. Historically, daylight savings time was implemented to reduce energy consumption by making better use of, I don't know, freaking daylight hours. The idea was that the longer evening daylight would reduce the need for artificial lighting and lower electricity usage. Now, who could use a break from their electricity bill now? Anybody? Anybody can use a break from their electric bill? Maybe make it a little lower? So maybe you don't have to turn on every damn light in the house at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Maybe you could open a window and that big ball of fire and gas in the sky can help light your house, right? I don't know. Economic benefits. Extended daylight hours can boost retail and recreational spending. Why? Because you have more hours to do these things. You have more hours to do these things. To go shopping, So you're not shopping at night at 7 o'clock at night, right? You're not in the mall at 7 o'clock at night. You're not at the Piggly Wiggly or the Bucky's at 7 o'clock at night in total darkness. You can go play tennis or pickleball or something at 6 o'clock in the evening and not have it and not need lights. How in the hell? How are y'all missing this? More daylight hours, more daylight in the evening encourages people to go out shopping, dining, participating in outdoor activities. Businesses in sectors like sports, tourism, entertainment often see increased revenue during daylight savings time periods. It's a no-brainer. Traffic safety. Additional daylight evening hours reduce traffic accidents. Now, a lot of us getting about my age, driving at night ain't the thing. Come on now, driving at night is not the thing. It's just not. And if you can avoid it, a lot of times we do. Now, every night, pretty much, especially during this time, I leave my job at 8:30, 9 o'clock. It is, of course, dark. Now, the best times were when I left my job at 8:30 and it wasn't dark yet. So I got to drive most of my trip home under sunlight conditions. Better for me, less stressful, safer for me. Improved visibility during peak evening commutes can help decrease road, fatalities. This is a freaking no-brainer, y'all. It's a no-brainer. Studies suggest that fewer pedestrians and vehicle accidents occur during daylight hours. So unless you're trying to kill pedestrians, or at least not giving them a fighting chance, yeah, get rid of daylight savings time. Ridiculous. This is a big one. Crime reduction. More daylight during the evening hours may help reduce crime rates. The idea is, unless you're in a crap old city like New York or Chicago or San Francisco or Los Angeles, most of the criminals won't knock you over the head in the middle of the day. They won't, because roaches don't like light. If you're from Florida, you understand that, right? Increased visibility and more people outdoors can deter criminal activities. Who would have thought? Increased visibility and more people outdoors can deter criminal activities. Who would have thought? Some research even indicates that a slight decrease in certain types of crimes during daylight savings time. Number 5, physical and mental health. Extended daylight can encourage more outdoor activities and exercise. Increased exposure to natural light may help improve and reduce seasonal depression. We always have these, especially you people up north. And I said you people up north. We get the blues in the wintertime. Blues is dark and it's cold and fun. Well, we're down here going, yeah, baby, life is good because we got more sun. Oh, what's one of the? And this isn't on my list, but I thought I'd put this in here or try to put it in here. What's one of the things that during sea time, it told us that everybody had this deficiency of? We get that same vitamin from the big fiery ball in the sky. Gives us a lot of that vitamin D, right? So now you want less of it? You want a decreased exposure to that vitamin D to prevent that, that thing? It's a no-brainer. Absolutely freaking no-brainer. Longer daylight hours can promote more active and healthier lifestyles. We know that. And of course, more exposure to vitamin D. Recreational opportunities. More evening daylight hours for extended outdoor recreational activities. Keep saying that. Sports, gardening, walking, and other outdoor pursuits become more accessible. Families and individuals can enjoy more leisure time outdoors after work or school. Agricultural. adaptations. Farmers can use the extra evening light for additional work and harvesting. Now, I know that didn't seem like a big deal now, before, because now tractors have headlights, right? But extended daylight can also provide more flexible scheduling for agricultural tasks. Daylight savings time. It's a freaking no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Generally speaking, standard time is the opposite of all those arguments. More crime, less opportunity for physical activity, more seasonal depression, less ability for agricultural activity, less energy conservation, higher use of electricity, which means you spend more money. It's a no-brainer. Daylight savings time. And until Trump gets it, I don't know if I can hang with you anymore. DJT, I don't know if I can hang with you anymore until you get this right. My name is Willie Lawson. This is the Morning Report. The Morning Report is published on fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. Until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, take care of yourself. Daylight savings time. It's a no-brainer. It's a freaking no-brainer.